I didn't even know that UNC Charlotte had an official career competencies list. When I learned about this through the training and compared it to my classes and a lot of my course objectives, they were very similar. But I was excited to hear that we have sort of the standard set of competencies that we think all our students should have to be successful when they leave our campus. So it was very eye-opening for me and very helpful. It was reassuring. Sometimes you leave, different sorts of pedagogical trainings and you think, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed, I have to redo my course designs. And for me, I thought, this is cool, I'm already doing a lot of this, in my classes, but what I took away from the training is we just have to be more explicit, that just showing students, these are the things I'm asking you to do with this course content. I want you to master the content, but look at the competencies you're developing along the way and look how this can benefit you in whatever you choose to do post-graduation. And so that for me was such an aha moment of, I just need to tell my students that they're doing this, and it's been exciting it's been easy to do it in some of my classes. In others, I've been a lot more purposeful about the assessments and the activities and how can I better, be helping them develop. But reassuring and excited. I think I left feeling pumped for some of the different ways that I could update my classes. So it looked a little different depending on the class. So one of my classes is a writing intensive research methods course, and that one was pretty easy. Like I said, a lot of the career competencies lined up with things I was already doing. So again, it was me stopping and taking the time to say, this is what you're doing, and this is how you are lining this up with X, Y, Z competency. How do you think this is going to benefit you? I'm being more purposeful about that at the very end when we talk about grad school, to say, okay, I'm going to take a pause, let's flip through these career competencies. Which ones do you think you've started to develop in this class? Which ones do you think you need? And we sort of shed light. My other class is a top 40, 300 students, and I was so pumped after this training because I thought, this is what I've been looking for. That class, we get all sorts of majors, non-majors, it's a psych class, and they come in and ones that don't do so hot, they grumble of, oh, why am I taking this class? Why are they making me take this natural science? And so this semester I thought, well, maybe we can show them, right? You're fulfilling a requirement, and that's wonderful. You're learning about psych, and that's great. But you are gonna leave having at least been exposed to these career competencies and doing a little bit of digging to try to develop them. So we totally revamped the hybrid portion of this class. There's 12 topics in total, and my colleague and I went through and matched up every single career competency to one of the topics, and the remaining we did a life competency. So we did stress management was in there, sleep habits, but of course critical thinking, professionalism, teamwork. And what we do is we kind of recap on the lesson of that week. We do an activity that starts to incorporate the career competency, and then we match up and we do a full-blown, practicing with classmates, talking about it. In every single class we end with the same question, where we say, does this career competency help you or your success? Why or why not? And there's no right or wrong, they just get points for participating. And it's been really fun to read through and have them say, oh, I just didn't think about that, but I need critical thinking to be a genetic counselor. It's gonna help me make better decisions. And so it's been really fun to get to see that. First of all, don't be overwhelmed. I think that we have such great faculty, teaching faculty on our campus. I think a lot of us have this integrated implicitly already because we want our students to be successful outside of the classroom. So I'm sure we do this already, but this idea of explicit discussion with our students and being really transparent. This is why I'm asking you to do this. This is how it benefits you. And I'm hoping that makes them say, okay, all right, they're not just giving me this work, they're not just, but they really appreciate what sorts of competencies they're developing. They start to think about how it applies to them, and hopefully the work becomes more meaningful. So I think that would be my takeaway, is that it's It's not extra work. It's just a little bit of reflection on your classes, and when you can pause and take a few minutes to focus in on it and make that clear to students.